Welcome to our in-depth retrospective on Final Fantasy I. Released in 1987, this iconic role-playing game was developed and published by Square, making the beginning of a legendary series created by Hironobu Sakaguchi. Initially launched for a Nintendo Entertainment System, Final Fantasy I has been remade for several consoles and often packaged with Final Fantasy II in various collections. The story follows four youth known as the Warrior of Light, each carrying one of the world's four elemental crystals. These crystals have been darkened by four elemental fiends. The warriors embark on a quest to defeat these evil forces, restore light to crystal, and ultimately save their world. Final Fantasy was originally conceived under the working title Fighting Fantasy. However, trademark issues and challenging circumstances surrounding the Square and Sakaguchi lead to change in the name. As Square was struggling financially, Final Fantasy was seen as a last-ditch effort to save the company. Fortunately, the game became a massive commercial success, receiving positive reviews and spawning a series of successful sequels and supplementary titles. Upon its release, Final Fantasy I was praised for its graphics, gameplay mechanics, although some critics arose regarding the time spent researching for random boss encounters to level up characters. By March 2023, all versions of Final Fantasy have sold a combined 2 million copies worldwide. Final Fantasy I features four basic game modes: the overworld map, town and dungeon maps, a battle screen, and a menu screen. This overworld map provided a scaled down version of the game's fictional world, allowing players to direct their character to various locations. The primary means of travel across the world is on foot, but players can later access a ship, a canoe, and an airship as they progress through the game. Enemies are most encountered randomly on field maps, an overworld map when traveling on foot, canoe, or ship, with some preset battle occurring in specific location against bosses. Players must choose to fight or flee from these encounters, adding an element of strategy to exploration. The battle system is turn-based, and players can issue commands to their character from a menu. As players advance, they face off against a formidable foes, including Leash, the Fiend of Earth. The plot unfolds as player travels towns and dungeons, with some townfolk offering helpful information, while others operate shops selling items and equipments. Dungeons, which can be found in forests, caves, mountains, swamps, underwater caverns, and buildings, often contain treasure chests with rare items not only available in stores. The game's menu screen allows players to track their experience points and levels, choose equipment for their characters, and use items and magic. A character's level, which can range from 1 to 50, is determined by the amount of experience gained. Increasing attributes such as maximum hit points, that is HP, characters die when their HP reaches 0, and experience points are gained by winning battles. The world of Final Fantasy I is rich and expansive, filled with towns, dungeons, and diverse environments. Players navigate a overworld map, encountering enemies and discovering new locations as they progress. Exploration is heavily emphasized, rewarding players with hidden treasure, side quests, and lore about the game's universe. Each town is unique, featuring its own culture and quest. For instance, in Coronelia, players learn about their quest to rescue Princess Sarah from the evil Knight Garland. This variety keeps the gameplay engaging and encourages players to immerse themselves in the story. Final Fantasy I takes place in a fantasy world with three large continents. The elemental powers of this world are determined by the state of four crystals, each governing one of the four classical elements: earth, fire, water, and wind. This world is inhabited by numerous races, including humans, elves, dwarfs, mermaids, dragons, and robots. Most non human races have only one town in the game, although individuals are sometimes found in the human towns and other areas. 400 years prior to the start of the game, the Lefanish people, who used the power of wind to craft airship and giant space station, that is the floating castle, watched their country decline as the wind crystal went dark. 200 years later, violent storms sank a massive strain that served as a center of a ocean-based civilization caused the water crystal to go dark. The earth crystal and the fire crystal followed, plaguing the land with raging wildfires and devastating agriculture. Town of Melomand as the plain and vegetation decayed. Sometime later, the sage Lucan tells of a prophecy that four light warriors will come to save the world in a time of darkness. The game begins with the appearance of four youthful warriors of light, the heroes of the story, who each carry one of the darkened orbs. Initially, the warriors of light have the access to Kingdom of Coronia and the ruined Temple of Fiends. After rescuing Princess Sarah from evil Knight Garland, the King of Coronia builds a bridge that enables the warriors of light to travel east to the town of Provoca. Here, they liberate the town from BK and its bands of pirates and acquire the pirate ship for their own use. The warriors then embark on a series of quests along the shores of Haldi Sea. First, they retrieve a stolen crown from the marsh cave for a king in a ruined castle, who turns out to be a dark elf Astos. Defeating him earns them Crystal Eye, which they return to Blind Witch Matoya in exchange for a herb needed to awaken the elf prince cursed by Astos. The elf prince gives the warriors of light the mystic key capable of unlocking any door. This key unlocks a storage room in Cornell Castle, revealing TNT. Nurik, one of the dwarfs from the cave of Dwarf Village, uses the TNT to display a small isthmus connecting the Aldi Sea to the outside world. After visiting the near ruined town of Melmont, the warriors of life venture into the earth cave to defeat a vampire and retrieve the Star Ruby, which grants them access to Sage's Sard's cave. Armed with Sarda's rod, they delve deeper into Earth Cave and confront the Earth's fiend Lich. Afterward, they upturn the canoe, allowing them to enter Gurgu volcano and defeat the fire fiend Kari. The Levi stone from the nearby ice cave enabled them to rise an airship, granting access to the northern continents. After proving their courage by retrieving the rat's tail from the castle of Orderless, the king of dragons Bahamut promotes each warrior of light. A kind gesture is repaid by a fairy who gives the warrior a special liquid that produces oxygen. They use this to help the warrior water fiend Kraken in the sunken shrine. They also recover Slab, allowing a linguist named Dr. Woon to teach them the Lefanish language. This knowledge grants them access to the floating castle now occupied by Tiamat, the Wind Fiend. With the four fiends defeated and the orbs restored, the warriors open a portal in the Temple of Fiends that take them 200 years into the past to confront the creator of fiends. Here, they discover that the four fiends had sent Garland, now the archdemon Chaos, back in time. Chaos then sends the fiends to the future to create a time loop that allows him to live forever. The warriors of life defeat Chaos, ending the loop and returning to present, but their heroic deeds remain known only in legend. Final Fantasy I boasted impressive graphics for its time, utilizing vibrant sprites and detailed environments to create an engaging world. The game's top-down perspective allows for exploration and interaction with the environment, a style that would become a hallmark of many RPGs. Nobuo Uematsu's memorable soundtrack adds another layer of depth to the game. The music enhances the emotional weight of story with iconic themes that resonate with players. The battle theme, in particular, has become synonymous with the series, showcasing women's abilities to create music that enhances the gameplay experience. Final Fantasy I set the foundation for an entire genre, including many elements that would become staple in the RPG landscape. Its success paved the way for countless sequels and spin-offs, solidifying its place in gaming history. The game's blend of exploration, engaging combat, and a compelling story created a template that influenced many future RPGs. In conclusion, Final Fantasy I is not just a game, it's a significant part of gaming history. Its impact on the industry is undeniable, and its legacy continues to thrive. A new generation discover its magic. The warriors of life journey through a darkened world, their quest to restore the elemental crystal, the timeless themes of courage and friendship resonate even today.